And happy Saturday, everybody, and welcome to Woodbine Racing Live. I'm Elisa, and this is Jeff. And if you watch our show all the time, you know that the opening song features Paramount Prince.
It does.
And Paramount Prince will compete today in the Durham Cup, which, in my opinion, is pretty much a wide open race.
I would agree with that. His status, a bit of a question mark. Dresden Rowe, his status, a bit of a question mark. You have some others in there that maybe haven't gotten their resumes to the status of those two champions, and can somebody else emerge as maybe a potential upsetter in that race?
I just find it a really difficult race to sort through because, like you said, there are a lot of different questions about a lot of horses in that race, and I mean, I guess it's anybody's race to get. We do have 3 two-year-old filly races, though, on today's program, so that'll be a lot of fun to see some young runners emerge here today, and look forward to seeing some of those. In fact, one of the ones I'm looking the most forward to is Ava's Princess for Steve Cherkoff. That one's owned by his daughter. Debuted for $40,000. Now she's just a young girl, right? She got to make her own silks and all that. That's something you wish you could do.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
And debuted for 40 and came flying, right? And is now in a maiden special.
Big run. Yeah. So I think Ava said, "Daddy, if I lose this horse in the claiming race, you're fired." So they moved the horse up to face maiden special weight competition. I'm actually going to hopefully catch up with Steve. I haven't asked him as of yet, but hopefully we'll catch up with him a little bit later on, and maybe he'll give us more insight on that one. But that was a good rallying effort. I like that race a lot, coming up a little bit later on in the program. But anytime there's a lot of 2-year-olds on the racing program, I'm a very happy camper, because I love to try and figure out, you know, which one's ready to go on a particular day, and you never know what you're going to get in a race like that.
Yeah, pretty much full fields in those races as well, so looking forward to that. Now, looking back at what happened yesterday, not a bad day. Jeff and I are back on track. We were 3 out of 4 in the pick 4, so that's good news. Napa Spirit, of course, kicked off the pick 4 with a nice win for Phil Hall and Cavay Nichols. It was Mo Tourist who got us out. But then Tasman with back-to-back wins. An interesting move into the first turn. Went a little wide, but it was all sorted out. Lovely Lippy won the last race for fun as well.
Big effort for Commissioner Nick Nosmichael. Back-to-back wins for that one. Aswan Flores, the only person on the program to double things up as well. Now, he missed some time. You know, he was really good there for a bit, and he got hurt kind of at a bad time. And so he's trying to get back into the mix of things. I think that's something that we don't really give enough importance to, and you saw it when Emma came back too. It takes a while to get your business back because everybody else has picked up your mounts.
You got that right. Yeah, it's hard to kind of get things rolling again. Another Charlie was a nice winner yesterday, which gave Norm McKnight 1,001 career victories. So we celebrate that as well. Now, this morning, busy as far as training was concerned. It's actually a gorgeous, gorgeous day for racing. Not too hot, not too cold. The flies shouldn't be a problem. Blue skies, and of course, our clocker Ernie Perry was out bright and early. He rated the track a 3 out of a 5, but the 3 prior to the break and then the 4 after the break, likely when the sun was out.
Exactly, so it quickened up once that sun started to beat down on it. As per usual, the inside was slightly better. I think that's been the case 95% of the time here at Woodbine this season. Work of the day goes to a maiden, a nicely bred maiden that they paid a lot of money for by the name of Salt. Has never run here at Woodbine, but went from the gate in 46-1. That's a bullet move. Because don't forget, when they rate those are also horses working from the pole as well. So if you're the bullet from the gate, that's skedaddling, as we like to say. And I agree with Ernie. You know, maybe the best wagering race of the day is going to be the Durham Cup, because you know, a couple of the big names in that race, they have some question marks coming in.
They do, yeah. I'm looking forward, like you said, to the baby races on today's program. And we're going to kick things off today in race number 1 with babies. Like I said, 3 two-year-old filly races on this afternoon's card. And we'll start things off in the opener with a maiden optional $40,000 claiming event going a quick 5/8 of a mile. Now, we just have a field of 6 in this race, but there's a few interesting ones. For example, Hurricane Amelia. This is a filly by Shaman's Ghost and is a full to Sudbury's Ghost, who won the plate trial.
That's right, and obviously they have some expectations placed on her shoulders. The mare, she was a 3-time winner. She was able to have some success at the age of 2. She never won, but she hit the board on one occasion, and does have that Selva reference to the mare's a half to Selva, who was a multiple stakes winner. You got Sans Dancer, who just got picked off late by a horse that you liked the last time, about that being Ariana's Tour. He came back to run okay, and against stakes competition as well. You've got a first-time starter named Bo Pink for Denise McClackery. She doesn't have the numbers that she used to have, but this horse looks to be working okay. And you've got Splash of Bourbon. That's one that both you and I like in here. This is an old Forester that's been working very, very quickly. I think it's starting to become a bit of a theme now that Ryan's one of the main go-to riders for Sid, and all the works look really, really good in this spot. And many of us going towards the 5, except for Ronnie's going towards the favorite right now, and that is Sonstancer. And the thing that I like about Sonstancer too is the horse does seem to be on the improve right now, but we don't know how good these first-time starters are.
Well, the other thing, too, to point out is that yesterday we didn't have Pietro, we didn't have Raffi, and we didn't have Patrick. They went down to ride at Prescott. Nobody brought home any big money, though. No luck, unfortunately, for them, but they're back to compete today, and you will only see Pietro on today's program. He's serving some days starting tomorrow.
But who did win the big race was a horse that we're very familiar with, Galina Rush, for Team Clement, who has raced here at Woodbine on numerous occasions, as a matter of fact. But no Pietro tomorrow, Thursday, or Friday, as he'll be serving days.
All right, so that's some live mounts, obviously, to pick up, especially when you think about the Kevin Attard outfit. That gets us through the first topic of the day. Our next topic comes up in race number 4. The dreaded pick 4. Now, like I said to Jeff yesterday, I know we were back in our rhythm again when we were 3 out of 4. And today we're going to spend a little bit of money to try and get it. Now, we have a horse that we quite like here in the 4th race, and that is Hot Stuff Baby for the Bill Theranis outfit. This one gets Jeffrey Alderson to ride here today. The 4 will likely take the bulk of the support. This is Steve Chirkop runner who's taking a drop in for 25. Haven't seen this horse since July the 13th.
Right, and look who this one's run against. Border Czar and Silver is Best. So obviously this is a massive, massive drop down in class for her. She gets LASIK, she gets the blinkers on. And guess who all of a sudden is the main go-to rider for this outfit? It's Jose Campos, naturally, because he's had all kinds of success in against stakes competition as of late. Now, I looked up the sire with Hot Stuff Baby because I must admit I was not familiar with Tweet Kitten. This horse won the Bryan Station, which is a small stake race at Keeneland, and has only produced 4 foals to this point. So they're debuting this one for $25,000. Now, Jeffrey did win a race the other day for Willie, so that's obviously a good frame of reference as well. But I am going to go towards the 4, this being Daou. Very, very quick horse. I just wish that the layoff wasn't there, but then that kind of throws me for a bit of a loop. But I don't know about you, but I find these races arguably the most difficult type of races to handicap because more often than not, these horses are being outworked in the morning or showing very little in the afternoon. So you're really trying to grasp on any positive straws you can kind of find in this race.
Well, the other thing, for you and for me is we look up the pedigree and we try and find out. And one of the reasons I do like the 3 Hot Stuff Baby the most is, the dam is 2 for 4 as far as horses that she sent out, but she was a good racehorse herself. She was an 8-time winner and she bankrolled $225,000. And if you use that method to help you out yesterday, you got the winner of the opener on the program. Like if the mares are hard knockers, then they generally throw good racehorses.
And I like the fact that the mare won as a 2-year-old as well. So sometimes they can pass on the precociousness from that point of view as well. So Hot Stuff Baby from post position number 3. I was really torn there. I'm going to give a slight nod to the 4, but you've got us covered because you've got the 3 Hot Stuff Baby on top.
All right, let's move over to our next topic, which comes up in race number 5, and this is Wide Journey. Now we're looking at a wide open $7,500 claimer, and these can be tricky to sort through. These wide open 75. Sometimes you'll find a horse in here that's made $400,000 in their career, but not the case in this one. We have some horses who are kind of struggling as of late that will compete in this spot. But who is it that you're talking about when you're referring to Wide Journey?
This would be Mr. Melik, who last ran on the inside turf course on August 22nd. We're in lane 4, and the horse had a very wide journey. We're in fact last. We're at the back of the bus, the old caboose, and we have to cover a lot of ground. And who wins this race? It's Mannix, and Mannix had a ground-saving trip here on this day. We're covering a lot of ground, but I just think that he's had 2 big excuses, this horse. The first excuse back on August the 1st were the fractions. They went so slow up front. Raptor Bay was able to steal it. And then last time that I just think the trip killed this horse. We're covering a ton of ground here because don't forget the rail's way out. We're way out. We're covering a lot of ground in here. And right now, Mannix is going to get to the front here with the 9 saddlecloth. And, it's an okay rally late. But I think more than anything, Elisa, I just think this is a beautiful 7,500 claimer. I don't know if he can win for 10, but for 75, I think he'll be right there in the mix of things. And the problem more often than not with him is he's a victim of pace. He doesn't have any speed. So I just think he's, as I like to say, he's found the right group of friends. Now, if you're looking for the pace, it's probably going to be Sammy Stone, I would think.
Likes to go the front end.
And that horse is obviously really good right now. And then also in this spot, you've got Chancel, who can be forwardly placed. Although Bev Chump horse, let us down on
It
yesterday's
really
program.
did. Yeah. I think we were quite high on that one. So was the public. I believe the horse was 8-5. I'm the only one looking elsewhere. I'm going a good sin with the rider switch up to Pietro Moran for Bill Theranis. Just wondering, remember that Valley Victory race? I mean, that wasn't that long ago. It was September the 12th. So, you're coming back to the races just a little over a week away. But Valley Victory was one that I believe was 20-1 morning line and went off at 7-2, won for fun for a new trainer here at Woodbine, and Cheyenne Kerr was doing the riding.
Right,
So,
that's one that took all that late money, right?
You got it. So I thought, maybe I'll take a flyer on that horse. It's also where we kick off the Jackpot Power Pick 6, the carryover more than $5,000. But I just find this race in particular is so tough to sort through because, there's only really a couple of horses in here who have been able to win 5 races. Everybody else is stuck at 3.
Yeah, and you know what's amazing too, Elisa? Like, this is how the game has changed. You and I touched on this the other day. A 7,500 claiming route race only gets a field of 6. Like, these used to be 12-horse fields all day long.
And with salty horses, too. Like
Yeah.
you said, horses that used to make, $200,000-$300,000, and they were good horses that just found themselves in tough spots. So that's race number 5. That'll get us halfway through the program. Our next topic, though, comes up in race number 6. We're talking about an eventful debut. Now, there's a few that had eventful debuts here in this race. Like you're going to refer to Alluring Amy. But, not only did Alluring Amy have a good debut, Ava's Princess had a great debut. Stroke of Genius had a nice debut as well. I like this race. This is one of my favorites on today's program.
Yeah, me too. And then Piper's Gift, you get a great reference because of the Corsia Valache reference, right? And here's a look at what I mean with Alluring Amy. We're in a good spot right now. Like, things are going okay, but I just think there's some greenness on the turn here. And the eventual winner is going to be the 5. And this is a Cody horse that wins this race. And right now, like, I don't know if Sophia's kind of struggling a little bit to steer the horse, but right now, it just seems to the turn, the horse loses all kinds of momentum. But what I like is we got to get re-engaged in here. And right now, she wants to eventually try to split horses here. And she can't. Now we're stuck. Now where do we go? Now we got to put the brakes. Now we peel towards the outside, and now you get a good spurt here to eventually finish in the second place position. I don't love the fact that we lost to a pricey horse last time out, but racing experience is racing experience, and racing experience got the better of this one. But definitely some late interest. Now it comes back on here and only misses by about 1.25 lengths. So that was a very eventful debut for Alluring Amy. Now we spoke of Stroke of Genius. This horse ran against the boys last time out. And you and I were watching the race, and she absolutely despised the kickback on that day. Like, she was like, what is going on here?
Yeah,
so
didn't break well.
Yeah, and that was against the boys and lost to a monster on that day in Shacktown. So absolutely no shame in losing that one. You got a first-time starter for the Josie Carroll barn, Dunmore Beach, who looks pretty promising. And you've got Ava's Princess, as you said, a good rally and effort last time out. I'm handicapping this race using the Handicapping 101 book. If you're dropping out of a stake race in which you only lose by 6 lengths to a Grade 1 winner, that's going to be good enough for me.
I agree, except I just don't know what Ava's Princess really is.
I don't either.
Yet, and that's why I'm going to put her up on top, because I think she's a good price morning line. I feel like she's 15 to 1, or she's a really good price. And I thought, if I could get her today at 8 to 1, 9 to 1, that'd be pretty exciting.
10 to 1.
10 to 1 morning line. All right, I like that. The other one too that you brought up just quickly is this Dunmore Beach, and when you look her up, this is the first foal from this mare, but she was a 2-time stakes winner, and she was a good 2-year-old as well. So maybe another one to take a look at, and we'll see him here in the paddock and pass along any information that we witness as well.
Gainesway Stable, like, they've been involved for a long, long time. So hopefully they've got a good one on their hands there with Dunmore Beach. Anytime we can get a quality road up here, you and I are very, very happy.
Absolutely. Let's go over to race number 8, which is another maiden special weight. Now this time we're looking at older fillies and mares, and we'll go mile on the inner turf course with a field of 7. We do have that rider change with the 5 Tis Ready, who now will get Fraser Abel. It looks like we won't be seeing Ricky Walcott for quite some time. He did go down in a spill on Thursday evening, and unfortunately he has some injuries to his wrist and
ankle, I think.
Ankle.
Yeah.
I mean, he took a really big tumble. But here in this race, we have Sahin Savachi riding One Hot Mess, which I find quite interesting. The 7 Dazzling Crusade Crusader goes out for Chirkup, who could have a good day at the office. This one comes in off of a second-place performance.
And we're going to take a look at Celebrity Row, who had not a great journey last time out on the big course. And here it is for you right now. This was a race that was won by Faith. The rail was out in lane 3. And I might be making excuses with this horse, but I'm a sucker for trip handicapping. And just watch, like, Pietro's got nowhere to go with this 3-horse. Nowhere to go. Absolutely nowhere to go. Still nowhere to go, nowhere to go, nowhere to go. Now, finally, Sahin gets towards the outside and is able to finish up good. Incorrect lead here, but not a bad rally nonetheless. But the reason why I'm willing to give her another kind of go at it here is I just wonder, and I have no idea, this is a total guess on my part, but some horses improve with the move to the tighter turf course, and maybe that's going to be the case here with Celebrity Row. I don't love anybody in here, so I'm kind of trying to find a bit of a troubled trip type of horse. Where did you land?
I went to the 2, the other Kevin horse, One Hot Mess. I just, we don't, like, the last race was pretty good, right, on the grass, and that was on the inner, so we know we've had experience on it. I think that might kind of help this horse out because, like you said, we saw it yesterday. Horses trying the inner that had never tried it before, and they end up with that first turn can be a little dicey. Hey, you saw it last week on a few occasions. If you were watching our mile program, there are a lot of horses that had some interesting trips in that first turn. Trips which could have, some horses went sideways, some horses went very wide. It just you got to think about that.
And your horse was close to a really fast pace last time. But don't forget, that set things up for horses coming from off the pace. Design won it. And look at finish second. Dazzling Cruiser, who's in this field, was 13 lengths out of it in that race and almost got the win. That's how fast they were going early on that race. So I think that took a bit of the starch out of One Hot Mess. Yep,
could have. All right, so race number 8 is how we're going to kick off the final pick 3 because we have 10 races on today's program. We have 9 races in store for you tomorrow. The 9th race, however, today is our on-track feature, and that being the Grade 3 Durham Cup. And we have talked about this, and I think the word for the day is question, right? We just don't know about Paramount Prince, and if he's going to try to take this race on the front end. He tried to do it last year, and he ended up fading to finish 5th, beaten 7 lengths, and Dresden Rowe was able to get the win. But Dresden Rowe has just had some bad luck this year. I mean, great horse, bad luck.
Whether it's been weather or a temperature or bad luck in a racing trip. Like last time out, Swift Delivery pinned in Dresden Rowe, and that was the difference in the race. The thing with Paramount Prince is kind of an odd spot to bring him back in a turf race, and he actually ran well on that day, and he ran not bad last time, and he just gave it up a little bit late, so maybe third start off the bench is sitting on a good one. Play Me Attune's the wild card.
Yeah, he's, as far as I'm concerned, he's one of the best looking horses here, and I was really disappointed in his race on plate day.
Flat. Very, very flat. There's no question. So now they're going to stretch things. So now originally Play Me Attune was thought to be their plate prospect before he got hurt early on in his career. But many of us going towards the direction of Dresden Rowe. Was a vet scratch because of the temperature on August the 16th and has missed some time. Chris Lohman did an article on the Woodbine website talking with conditioner Warren Richards about that. And now Dresden Rowe's getting bugged by our track announcer.
Oh, but he's feeding him mints.
But look how handsome that horse is. Beautiful Blaze.
I'd love to see him win here today.
So would I.
Do it again, but I just don't have a ton of confidence in anybody in this spot. So for that reason, I think this is one of our most wide open stakes events of the year.
This horse is so spoiled too. They train this horse, and he will graze afterwards for hours.
Wow, that makes him happy, Jeff.
And
a happy horse is a good
horse.
Totally
spoiled. And I'll never forget last year how that one day, remember the whole halter incident?
Oh, yes.
And the bridle and all that stuff. And then he was just throwing a hissy fit that day, and he still won. And the fact that Lawrence said earlier on the season he's never been better, I gotta believe he's going to show up in the big race
hope
today.
So. I put him up on top.
So
did you?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I'd like to see it happen.
And the problem is, there's no kind of fresh face to the crowd that you can really jump on with some confidence. Say this is the up and comer. Like if Ron's Gizmo was in this race.
Okay, then yeah.
I might be interested in Ron's Gizmo.
I would agree with you.
But he's noticeably absent from here, right? So, and he just missed this race last season.
Yep, exactly. Yeah, it's a wide open race. One of our most wide open stakes I think we've had as far as graded stakes are concerned for the 2025 campaign. Race number 10 is how we wrap things up with a 75 non-winners of 2 going a mile and a 16th with the field of 9.
Producer Mike is evil giving us this race.
Yeah, okay. Evil for a couple of reasons. So the carryover is more than $16,000. And you got that rider change with the 5, it's Cheyenne Kerr, who now the horse will carry 113 pounds plus 1, so 114 pounds. I had a tough time. I had a really, really tough time with this one. One of the horses that I really liked last start out, really liked him, really disappointed me, and that was All for Honor. Remember, he just stood there in the starting gate.
Yeah.
And now I see today we're going to change up riders and put Jeffrey Alderson aboard. But I thought he was in the right spot to win last start out, but he didn't want to play at all.
And also they put a cheek piece on. Like, does that help you get out of the gate? I don't know. But you're right. That was
so disappointing.
And whenever a horse dwelts, I'm always kind of leery. Well, what's to say that's not going to happen yet again?
And they might. They're starting to learn a new trick.
Of a bad habit. But I'm taking a page out of Elisa Blow's handicapping book. This is chapter number 6, going long for the first time, and I'm using that with moving to the country. Vet scratch for 15,000 non-2 on September the 12th. I just wonder if maybe they just say, just go to the front for as long as you can go with this horse.
Well, I put Hurricane Gizmo in the top spot. And if things work out, Wheel Yee could have bookends on today's program.
That's the same mare.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's the sibling to the first-time starter that they have in the opener on the program, and that's Hurricane Amelia.
Yep.
So, who else is a sibling to that one is Miramichi.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, what a nice mare.
What a nice mare. When we talked to Wheel, I don't want to say it wrong.
Yawen Wu?
Yawen Wu. Sorry,
Yeah.
There was another lady named Wheel, and I'm getting mixed up. But Yawen Wu, when you talked to her after the horse won the plate trial, and she said, "Oh, I only have 5 mares." Hey, the 5 that she's got are pretty nice.
Yeah, that's a really nifty mare. She's been a wonderful producer, and you know what? She's gone to some very affordable stallions too.
Yes.
So, but kudos to her for a job well done there.
Very, very good. I heard that her farm is out Port Perry area, and all good things come from Port Perry. Alrighty, so that gets us through the 10 races that we have for you on today's program. We will take a look at our plays of the day, and we'll start things off with Mr. Jeff.
Okay, what did I send in? We're going to find out right now. My debut threat in the opener, Splash of Bourbon, getting a good price right now, 9-2. I don't mind that. My best bet is going to be Melek, a 7,500 claimer. I know I never like to make those best bets, but I really do kind of like the horse today.
Okay.
Drop and Pop is going to be Piper's Gift, and my Trouble Trip horse is Celebrity Row. This is kind of my last date with this horse.
All right.
Because I've gone on a couple of dates with Celebrity Row. They've been okay.
No, yeah,
and all my friends say to give Celebrity Row another shot.
Well, you've gone for steak a couple of times, and now you're going to go for coffee.
Yeah, that's right. That's right. So we'll see if Celebrity Row is able to deliver coming up in race number 8.
I can't remember what I sent in either. Okay, Splash of Bourbon. So we're agreeing on the Sid horse in the opener on the program. I just want to keep my eye on this Avis Princess. At a price, I'm going to play her, but I'm going to play her win place, just in case. I'll use Tequila Supernova with the blinkers going on. I think that might really help out with that one. And One Hot Mess, I'm hoping to get that maiden score out of the way. That's in the same race as your coffee date.
That's right.
What do Ron and Doug
Who
have?
might be a One Hot Mess.
Could be. Dance to the Rhythm is a top selection in race number 3 for Doug McPherson. Our Woodbine TV producer has gone to race number 7. Mystic Song at odds of 3-1. And Ron has Hurricane Gizmo, well, that makes me feel better, in race number 10 on the program.
You and Ron ganging up on me as per usual. That's fine. No problem.
Look. Great minds think alike.
That's right.
Ron? Clock report. Hey, we've been teasing this for the last couple of days. Ernie sent 3 in.
3?
Now, just one tomorrow. So you're going to have 3 today, and one of them is a horse in the opener on the program, and that's Bo Pink, who will go out for Commissioner Denise McClackery. Now, if this horse wins, I'm going to kick myself, because you know me and Bo. I mean, normally if they have Bo in them, I got to play them. But this one's 6-1 morning
I think
line.
pink is her barn color too, and her silk colors and all that, right?
Possibly. So. She Reigns is a top selection as well. Mark Cassey sends out this one.
I work with military time.
Well, that's good. We like military time a lot. And Skyro, we're going to see that horse in the 9th race, which is the wide open Durham, as far as we're concerned, at 10-1 in the morning line. So we'll be watching for that horse as well.
He was entered in the long distance race at Prescott, I think, last night too, so I'd like to go on this spot instead.
Well,
As Kevin Attard likes to say, it's always nice to race in your backyard.
Yes, well, no, I think he said, there's no place like home.
Yeah,
and then
that's
he
right.
clicked his ruby slippers.
Yes, that's it. That's it.
Alrighty, 10 races in store for you. We are going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're going to switch, and we're going to talk about some harness racing action tonight at the Hawk.
Love horse racing? HPIBet.com is Canada's leader in online horse betting. Access thousands of live races from hundreds of tracks worldwide instantly. Enjoy the most advanced betting tools like AI Smart Picks and exclusive cashback rewards you won't get anywhere else. Join today and get up to $100 in free bets. Get the ultimate horse betting experience with HPIBet.com.
This is the biggest race in the world. Pinch me, I think I'm dreaming.
They're off in the Dubai World Cup.
And they're into the spread. Two of the great racehorses in the world. Giant Killer, by name and by nature. A race for the ages.
Barrelman from the backfield.
Well, we had our big day last Saturday, and now it's Mohawk's time to shine as they offer a whole bunch of stakes races and lots of different wagering available for you tonight if you want to play along. They've got a $75,000 guaranteed early pick six, a mandatory payout for the pick six, $100,000 guaranteed all stakes pick five, a late pick five, and of course we'll pay out for the jackpot high five. That'll be a mandatory payout as well. I will be watching tonight because this is a great card.
It is.
You know, we have 3 free-for-alls to start things off. Those go for 75 Gs. And then after that, it's all stakes. So we have the Elegant Image, 375 there. She's a Great Lady, 470 there. Start adding it up, Jeff. Metro Final, $1 million. The Canadian Trotting Classic, $615,000. I mean, it's massive. And of course, you know, the Mohawk Million.
That's a big one.
Huge. And the other interesting stories, and we do harness racing, you know, in the winter. I come from a harness racing family. We enjoy it. We love to watch the big guys. Here we always talk about, especially on plate day, we talked about Pietro Moran and Dave Moran riding against each other in the plate. Guess what tonight is going to happen tonight? Guess what father and son are going to line up beside each other?
Rick and Scotty? Well,
Rick
that's
and
kind of
Scotty
cool.
in the Canadian Trotting Classic Final. They don't exactly have the greatest post positions. The outside draw is never where you want to be.
Yeah.
But Scotty's going to drive Meshuggah.
Yeah.
And Rick's driving one of his own that he trains, and that's landing on time. And there will be some chatter behind the gate.
And speaking of Scotty, he's going to drive Ardon in the Mohawk Million tonight, and this horse is trained by his girlfriend, so a little bit of pressure there.
boy.
And Ardon really didn't show a lot early on this season, but has gotten rolling right now, which is terrific to see. But it's been a busy week for the harness racing community. Obviously, you got the Jug, and that took place, and Blueprint won that, and then you got the Mohawk Million. And you'll notice the G1 there, they have started to grade their races on the standardbred side of the game, just like we have for numerous years here. And I think that's good. You know, it's a nice way to kind of evaluate where, you know, some of the races fit in the mix of
Especially
things.
for sales purposes
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
it's always
And
nice
the
to have that
London Classic Yearling sales
Grade
right
1
around.
winner or whatever, yeah.
Exactly, right around the corner. As far as locals are concerned, Strobe Light will be the choice for Canadians. James McDonald is going to drive that one for Ben Bayarjan.
Yeah, and very interesting too. see we talked about a lot of 2-year-old races here. That the marquee races for tonight, I would say, are the Metro and the Mohawk Million, both for babies.
Babies, yeah. So after you're done watching the thoroughbreds here, head on over to the Hawk. It's a great spot if you've never been there before. It is. We enjoy working there over the winter months, seeing everybody, and we look forward to seeing everybody again once thoroughbred racing season is complete. But first, it's 10 races here today from Woodbine with 23 minutes on the clock. The Durham Cup is our feature race for the day.